Please join me in the singing of our national anthem. Greet your neighbors. Beth Weaver has our invitation today.
Let us pray. Lord and Creator of life, we're grateful for all that we have. Especially now, we're grateful for this group of people and for all the people that make the organization run smoothly. We thank you for the food, for the people who do the programs. We thank you for the communications that we receive to keep us closer as a group and help us to continue to do good work for the community. We pray for this. Amen.
Thank you, Beth. Well, welcome everybody. Winter is finally here. I knew it was a problem when I started bragging 2 weeks ago that I hadn't even used my snow shovel yet. So, but you know, we live in Northeast Ohio, so I guess what do you expect? But it's good to be back here today. I understand we have some more weather coming in this afternoon. So hopefully everybody gets home safely tonight. We're going to keep this relatively brief because we have a full program today. I did want to announce that we're working on a wine tasting social for the club that will be in early April. I think right now we're targeting April 5th, but there will be more information on that to come. So as I mentioned, we have a busy meeting, so we're going to keep moving here. So Robin has the microphone for the guests, and we had a couple sign in, but I know we have more guests than that. So Ron Amstutz as a guest.
Thank you. Commissioner, we have 3 commissioners here, but our guest is one of those, Sue Smith.
Other guests today that did not sign in. I think we have, I know there's 2 at this table will be introduced with the speaker, but we have 1 at this table here. Yeah. Yeah.
I can introduce you.
You're going to introduce, okay. All right. We also have Vince Marion today attending his first official meeting as a member. And Vince, I have your badge here. All right, well, due to the cancellation last week, we were able to get Wooster Speech and Debate team here today. So this time I'm going to have Doug Drusher come up and introduce that speaker.
Thank you, President Terry. Worcester is fortunate to have an excellent public school system, and one of the crown jewels of that system is the speech and debate program at Worcester High School. We're pleased to have with us today one speaker, and there's another who couldn't be here today, but whose speech has been recorded and will be distributed by Terry electronically. And these speakers will confirm what I just said about what a fantastic program this is. The speakers will be introduced by the coach of the speech and debate program, Holly Custer. Holly's been coaching speech and debate for 24 years, 16 at Wooster. Native of Stowe, Ohio, and presently residing in Sharon Township, Holly received her bachelor's and master's degrees from Kent State University. She's the chair of the board of directors for the Ohio Speech and Debate Association, chair of the Akron District, chair of the Eastern Ohio District. When not coaching, she's a professor of communication and an actor. Holly, give me something to brag about yourself. Her response was, I don't know what to brag about. I just enjoy teaching and coaching. That's a sign of a good teacher, it seems to me, but she does have a lot to brag about. And Holly, you have my permission to brag a little bit. So please welcome Holly Custer. As she comes up here, Holly, I will present to you on behalf of the club a check in the amount of $2,000 from the club in support of the program.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that we're still able to do this presentation today. I know last week we were really excited about it, and unfortunately Mother Nature had other plans. So as Doug said, I'm the head coach of the speech and debate program at Wooster High School, and in deference to his wishes, we are one of the strongest programs in the state of Ohio and in the nation. We have attended the national tournament 71 times, which is more than any other school in the nation, public or private, which is certainly a feather in our cap. And I absolutely give that credit to our students and to our other coaches. The students work incredibly hard. The two students who will present, the one virtually and the one in person here today, are both engaged in a lot of other activities, and they make sure to carve out time to work on their performances. Both of these students who you will hear speak created these performances specifically for the MLK program that we should have done last week. So in addition to their regular competition pieces and their regular competition events, they specifically created pieces to honor the memory and the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. So I am incredibly proud of our students always, but especially for those two that are here with us, because they are taking an additional step to make sure that they can honor the legacy of someone important in history, as well as improve their own communication skills. We found out last year when everything had to go virtual, how important communication really is. And we competed virtually all season last year. We are back to in-person competition, which is so incredible for the students because their social emotional growth needs to be involved with other students. And I am just really excited to be in partnership with the Wooster Rotarians. Your support of our program allows us to divert our funding elsewhere. So we can help students who experience financial hardship and can't afford competition clothes, or get our students to stay overnight for tournaments when they otherwise would not be able to do that. And because of your support, our funding means that our students don't pay anything when they qualify to the national tournament, which is a week long, and we travel to all places all over the nation. This year, hopefully to Louisville, Kentucky, and our students who qualify will not pay for housing. They will not pay for any of the things that they need that week. And that is in part because of the Wooster Rotarians partnership with us and your wonderful funding of our trophies for our tournament, which we held last weekend, the 15th, so 2 weekends ago now. We had 665 students from all over the state of Ohio in Wooster, and we heard nothing but compliments about our parent support, our tournament, how it ran, and that is all because of the Wooster Rotarian support. Without your financial support and your backing, our coaches and our parents would have to be scrambling to do a million other things rather than making sure that our guests felt comfortable in Wooster. So we really appreciate your support of our program. And I want to quickly introduce the parent president of our Parents Association, Dr. Adam Keating, who's the other guest who was here today. And his son, Zach, is going to be presenting to you today in person. The video that you'll see electronically is a student named Casey Lynn. Casey is a senior at Wooster High School. The title of her speech is Dream in Progress. She has spent 2 years on our team in extemporaneous speaking, meaning that she focuses on current events around the world. She draws a topic. She has 30 minutes to prepare a speech, and then she gives it for a judge. She will generally choose between 3 and 4 topics every Saturday and give a different speech every round of competition. So if you're ever looking for someone who knows a lot about what's going on in the world, come talk to our extempers. Casey is involved in student council, the National Honor Society, Key Club, and she also runs cross country. The student that I have here with me in person today is Zach Keating. Zach is a senior at Worcester High School as well. His program is titled The Human Race. He has been competing for 4 years on our team in program oral interpretation, which is an event where they choose literature pieces, drama, prose, or poetry, and combine a program around one specific theme. This piece is different than what he does in competition. Zach's competition piece is about mental illness and the struggles that folks who suffer from mental illnesses face, and looking beyond the diagnosis to see the person behind those struggles. That is not the piece you'll see today, though. You'll see one specifically geared toward Martin Luther King. He is also the co-vice president of our team, and he is also involved in the drama club, and he plays soccer at Wooster High School. So without further ado, I will gladly introduce to you Zach Keating.
Is there really a human race? Is it going on now all over the place? When did it start? Who said ready, set, go? Did it start on my birthday? I really must know. Father, mother, and me, sister and auntie say, all the people like us are we, and everyone else is they. And they live over the sea, while we live over the way. But would you believe it? They look upon we as only a sort of they. If you can learn a simple trick, you'll get along much better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around it. There's a beast running wild, there's no question, but I fear the wrong monster is released. Sally forth, tally ho, grab your sword, grab your bow. Praise the Lord, and here we go. Throughout history, people have been oppressed and mistreated simply because they don't look and think like other people. This was seen in the Holocaust with the Jews, the enslavement of the Africans, and civil rights issues today, along with LGBTQ issues. However, we cannot allow this to continue. Using To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, We Wear the Mask by John Lawrence Dunbar, We and They by Rudyard Kipling, The Mob Song by Alan Menken, and Is There Really a Human Race by Jamie Lee Curtis, we will see the importance of moving past this fear to accept everyone. The human race, a program. Why should the world be overwise in counting our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us when we wear the mask. Is there pushing and shoving to get in the lead? If the race is unfair, will I succeed? Do some of us win? Do some of us lose? Is winning or losing something I choose? Cry about the simple hell people give other people without even thinking. Cry about the hell white people give colored folks without even stopping to think that they're people too. We shoot birds with guns. They stick lions with spears. Their full dress is on, while we dress up to our ears. They like their friends for tea. We like our friends to stay. And after all that, they look upon we as an utterly ignorant they. We don't like what we don't understand. In fact, it scares us. And this monster is mysterious, at least. Bring your guns, bring your knives. We'll save our children and our wives. We'll save our village and our lives. We'll kill the beast. Shouldn't it be that you just try your best and that's more important than beating the rest? Shouldn't it be looking back on the end and that you judge your own race by the help that you lend? All good people say and all good people agree. All nice people like us are we, and everyone else is they. But if you cross over the sea instead of over the way, you may end by, think of it, looking on we as only a sort of they. You know the truth. The truth is this: some colored folk lie, some colored folk are immoral, and some colored folk are not to be trusted around women, black or white. But this is a truth that applies to the whole human race, not in no particular race of man. There is not a person in this courtroom who has never told a lie, who has never done an immoral thing, and there is no man who has never looked upon a woman without desire. Take what's inside you and make big, bold choices. And for those who can't speak for themselves, use bold voices and make friends and love well. Bring art to this place and make the world better for the whole human race.
That was a great speech. We really appreciate you doing that for our club and memorizing that speech separate from everything else that you're doing. So, and congratulations on your success. So I do have one other check presentation that I need to do really quickly. So Joe Zeker, if you wouldn't mind coming up to the podium. We have our annual check to People Ministries as part of Halloween Week Tournament Food Drive. So this check is in the amount of $5,700, and that's based on both the club contribution that comes out of our annual budget, but then also the contributions from all the members. So Joe, we appreciate everything that you guys do at People to People. Here's the check.
Just a couple words of thank you to the new group and Pastor Terry. President Terry was one of them. Becky was another, and Steve who's not here. But thank you to getting that all together. And thank you to those that contributed in the Alvan Wii tournament in the college. And the kids really stepped up again with what was over 30-some thousand food items. So another great year, and we're just very thankful. Thank you.
It's Joe. I guess I moved up in the world. All right, so now I'm going to turn over to Becky for today's speaker.
I'm here to introduce John Hutchinson. He is the Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Worcester. John has worked with youth for over 25 years and has been part of the Worcester Boys and Girls Club for 3 years. He started as the site director at Edgewood Middle School and recently has received the Executive Director position. John is married with 4 children and 1 grandchild. Works for Tri-County Educational Services Center as a parent mentor. Their oldest son is married and they have a child. Their daughter is a teacher in Indiana. Their 3rd son is in his 1st year of college, and their youngest is a junior at Wooster High School. John enjoys spending time with his family and watching football. How late did you go to bed last night?
Go Bengals.
Welcome, John Hutchinson.
Thank you for having me. Yesterday was a trip for me. I fell on the ice and I wasn't thinking I was going to make it. So I'm here though, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you for having me today. As you know, I am John and been here for 3 years, or part of the Boys and Girls Club movement for 3 years. I used to live in Worcester from 2010 to 2017. then we moved away for a couple of years, but we realized that our place to retire and live for the rest of our lives was Worcester. They raised our children, and we're proud to have our two youngest finally graduate from Worcester City Schools. What a great place to be a part of. And so I'm glad to be back. There are familiar faces out there, some new. So thank you for having me here. And for if you knew me anymore, I have a passion for youth. I have two masters, one in family ministries and one in just practical theology. But even in that, it still works with working with kids. And I always thought I would be a part of a teen center, but I never knew it would be a part of the Boys and Girls Club. My kids went to the Boys and Girls Club when we first were here, and I knew of it, and I knew at least one of the founding fathers of the Boys and Girls Club, Mike Mann, and there's at least 4 others. My kids went, but I never imagined that I would be a part of this. And as I've entrenched my life into it, there's some really cool things that the Boys and Girls Club does. And I am proud to be the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Worcester. And we have a lot of great things happening this year. And you'll see those coming down the pipe as things progress forward. But I just wanted to share with you this morning a little bit about Boys and Girls Club of America and how it started, and then about our club. But I thought first it'd be great for you to meet some of our kids. So our kids put a video together for you guys, and hopefully there's some of them have masks on, so it's a little hard to hear, but I think you'll get the point of it. So these are our middle school kids. I just hit the space bar. Will that work, or down there? Or should
Hi, my name is Jake. Hi, my name is Isabella.
Hi, my name is Zaria.
Hi, my name is Marie. And my favorite thing about the Boys and Girls Club is we get to come and do activities like photography club. On Wednesdays it's Tyro. Sometimes we play outside. It's really enjoyable.
One thing I like about Boys and Girls Club is that there's film and photography and there's a lot of activities to do in your free time. One thing I like about the Boys and Girls Club is that we get to go outside and spending time with friends.
My friends, Logan, he's just my bestie. Like, we've known each other since like 4th grade. We don't have any type of pictures together because he doesn't like taking pictures. And JC, an amazing 6th grader who I think is supposed to be in 7th grade, but I'm not sure.
I like that I get to spend time with my friends. I like that we get homework time. I think that's it. What I would add to the Boys and Girls Club is like different types of rooms inside of the schools. So there's like different types of activities. For example, arts and crafts, or like science and social studies. Like basically school rooms inside of a daycare. Studio.
A pool. I would add a pool. It's hot here. I would add a vending machine because chips, man. Takis, hot Cheetos. I mean, those one Miss Vicky chips, like them is busted.
I would add probably more games in the room.
And controllers for sure, because the only good controller that there is in the Boys and Girls Club is this little blue controller of the Nintendo Switch, and you go like this. The other ones don't work except one, which is a GameCube controller, I think, and that's the only one that works. That's the other one. So there are 2 that work. I like most of the staff. There's only one person on the staff I don't like.
And what do you like about the people that you do like? Just nice?
Yeah, they're nice. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they dance for no reason.
I always talk about how fun it is around the staff, especially Zayana and Aubrey. They are like just our favorites.
They're really nice. That they should get paid more.
They should give me a new phone because my mom's not gonna give me one. They should. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Straight up out.
gives you a little taste taste of what we deal with. So if anybody wants to buy Alan and then as a game controller, he will really appreciate it, I think. And we need a chip machine. I guess we do that in the club with Takis and this and chips or something. So anyway, so that's a little taste of our middle schoolers. We have 2 sites. We officially now have 2 sites. Actually, we chartered our high school site this year, and so we're excited about that because now in the eyes of Boys and Girls Club of America, we are a 2-site facility and or an organization, which means there's more resources available to us. But I just want to quickly to go through kind of the history of Boys and Girls Club. It was very fascinating. So I'm not going to get in the weeds too much with that, but I just wanted to share with you on that. So in 1906, several boys from boys clubs decided to affiliate the Federation of Boys and Girls Club in Boston was formed with 53 members organization. This marked the start of a nationwide movement and a national organization. In 1931, the Boys and Girls Club of Federation of America became Boys and Girls Club of America. Now, this was very interesting to me. I did not know this, but it wasn't until 1990 when it switched to Boys and Girls Club. It started back in Boston in the 1800s, just for boys. It wasn't until 1990 when they decided to call it the Boys and Girls Club. And I just sit there and I think, man, that's not that long ago. And that was very interesting. And I know that we are a better club because of that, as you can see from some of our young ladies that are a part of it. But very interesting that we did not have young ladies in it. So we basically have 3 things that we focus on, and the Boys and Girls Club of America asks us to focus on. Academic success, of course, healthy lifestyle, and good character, and I'll just explain quickly those. Academic success, it's called Power Hour. It's more than just getting homework done. It's about providing our members with the opportunity that they would normally not have a chance to experience. So we want to expose our young people to more than just the day-to-day homework. We want to experience them to STEAM and STEM, and there's some maker spaces that are going to become available. And we want to expose them to things that they would normally not get in their home. We serve a lot of single parent families. We serve a lot of young people that are in need. Food scarcity is an issue with us, but later I'll talk about another rise of an issue that's been coming across. But we want to expose them to as much as we can because we know they are more than who they say they are. And we want to give them that opportunity to experience that. So 97% of club teens expect to graduate high school, which I think is pretty cool. So that's across the board. These are stats from the Boys and Girls Club of America. Every year we do a survey that they collect and they have all this data, but 97% graduate from high school. Healthy lifestyle. Our healthy lifestyle programs allow members to engage in daily physical activities, make healthy nutrition choices, employ good residence and decision-making skills, and refrain from participating in risky behavior. So it's more than just gym. It's more than going out and playing kickball or dodgeball or gaga ball. It's about a holistic approach to life, both the physical, the mental, the emotional. And that's one of the things that's new with the Boys and the Girls Club, which is a rise that we know in our community with the mental health of our children. Just whatever has happened. I don't know, we could say the pandemic, we could say home life, but I don't know if we could say just one thing, but we know that we have a lot of young people that are just struggling and crying out for help. They just don't know how to handle their anxiety and their depression that they have. And we see that a lot in our club, and we're trying to do things to help them by having mindfulness activities for them and spaces like that. So again, healthy lifestyle is not about creating the next Joe Burrows. It's about creating somebody that can live a healthy life holistically. So 80% say that the club has a positive impact on their health and fitness. That's good. Good character. We want to develop a good character and demonstrated leadership skills and articulate for young people to succeed in school and in life. Our character and leadership programs challenge kids to be community-minded and empower them by demonstrating how they can affect change by working together. In this area here, one of my desires as an executive director is to begin a work readiness program in our high school. We have a program already in the Boys and Girls Club of America. The Boys and Girls Club of America has partnered with Google to help with this project. And so my desire is we have a lot of 11th and 12th graders that do not come back to club. Because they're old enough, they can stay home, they have licenses, things like that. But we also know, as we sit here, maybe a lot of you are business people know that it's hard to find quality workers these days. And my desire is to create a program as a sophomore that will help them teach soft skills, interview skills, all that kind of stuff. And I know there's a lot of agencies that are doing that. And so I'm going to be reaching out. We're going to partner together because we have the kids. But I know you guys have the skills, and maybe we can come together and we can do this thing. And then over the summer between their sophomore and junior year, we would do interviews with local businesses partnering, and then they can go and work and be a part of the local community and do that. And so this is part of the good character, a part of developing somebody that wants to work hard, that doesn't want to sit back and just have things given to them, but they're going to work towards what they can get someday. So Boys and Girls Club of Wooster, us, who are we? We are a two club organization, as I said earlier. We have a teen center site in the high school that caters to 8th grade through 12th grade. And then we have a middle school site that caters to 5th through 7th grade. And the Impact for Success programs, academic success, good character, and healthy lifestyles are programs that we run at both of those sites. But what is our mission? The mission of Boys and Girls Club is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And so I feel that out of that, we really try to reach those that need us most. And what does that mean? What does that mean? What is those that need us most? And that drives from our vision. Our vision is to serve youth by providing a safe place where they are accepted and belong. And for me, the accepted and belong, we can help harness and work with those young people in their mental part to feel like they accepted. We all, when you walked into this room, whether you want to admit it or not, you look for somebody you knew. Whenever you walk anywhere, you always want to know somebody. Even as adults, we want to feel accepted and we want to feel belonged. And that's just as important for middle schoolers, for high schoolers, for all of us. I mean, I know just a few of you, but I looked for Becky because I knew she was there because I don't know very many people. And then I got to see Terry. Terry and I used to coach soccer together. Terry coached and I yelled. That's pretty much how we worked that out. Wasn't I? But we probably both yelled. But anyway, but as I got in here, I got to, I know some more people, but we always look for that comfortable. We want to feel comfortable. We don't want to feel kind of out there. And our young people are the same way. And so that's why I desire to create a safe place. Keyword safe, where kids can feel accepted and belong. And our values are respect for self and others, accountable for your behavior and commitment to your future. We have a desire for our programs to do this because sometimes we feel that our young people have a lack of respect. And I think that us as adults can help them understand what respect means. And for my staff, I desire for them to respect our students and for them to model that. So hopefully that they begin to respect themselves and they start respecting others. To be accountable for the behavior. If you have children of your own, like I do, it's always the teacher's fault of why the homework was never turned in. It was always somebody else's fault. But no, it's not. It's your behavior. It's your reaction to what has been done. So you need to be held accountable for that. And then commitment to your future. To be more than who you are. To be more than what your siblings might say or what your friends can say you might be. And so we want them to commit to being more than what the past generations were. Thus, good characters, caring citizens. And so we have a before and after school program at the Edgewood. So we have a staff person that gets there at 6:30 in the morning. And we run an hour and 3-minute program for parents that need to get to work early. And so about for an hour and 3 minutes, we hang out in our club space and we engage in relationships with the students. We go let them go get breakfast, and they come back from the school and eat breakfast. And then we dismiss them from the day to go into school. The great thing about being connected to a school is that for Edgewood, the lunchroom is just right around the corner. And so encouraging our staff to go sit with our kids at lunch. When you walk through, it's amazing the response that you get, like, hey, that's Seth or that's John from the Boys and Girls Club. And they're like, what's that? And then you have an opportunity to share what we're about. So we go and engage with them at the lunchroom, and then we have relationships with the teachers, because the academic success part, we count on our teachers. We're trying to rebuild that after COVID. It hit us hard, like a lot of us. So we're all in the same boat there, but trying to rebuild that relationship with our teachers to help them come and spend some time afterwards, after school, and spend some time with students on a one-on-one basis. And we're starting to get that back. And then the teen center, they do the same thing they're in the library, and we just had another space that they provided for us. And so we're doing academic success and providing foods for our club members. But we also have a food pantry, both at the middle school, both at the high school. And so we provide as much snacks for kids as we can. I know at the high school, they give away food bags at the end of the week. And I know at the middle school, we're going to start doing that for those that need it the most, or those that just need it. And so we have a food pantry. It's through the Akron Canton Food Bank. We have to go through all the protocols to have safe spaces for that and all that. And so we have that. So that's a new thing that we have both at the teen center and the high school. It's interesting. We'll eat meal at 4:30, and then we'll leave at 5, and the kids will come to the club room to leave the bus. So we do appreciate the Worcester City Schools that helps us transport those kids that need a ride home because their parents can't get there. So we thank you for that, Worcester City Schools. But we're talking a half hour later. When's the second snack? Already within a half hour, they want a second snack. And so we pretty much at Edgewood, we feed them 3 times. We give them a snack right after school at 3 o'clock. We have a meal at 4:30, and then about 5 o'clock, we feed them again with what's in our pantry. It's amazing about how much food that they will digest. I wish I could still be there, but it's not. So anyway, so that's kind of an overview of our 2 club sites. Some pictures of our summer camp. Where it was great to go back into person and have larger spaces and larger groups this summer for camp. You have a picture of our Edgewood site and also at our high school site, or teen center site. We serve kids during the summer clear down to 1st grade. Last summer was our first year to do that. If you've forgotten what a 1st grader can do, we learned really quickly. But they're awesome. They were, because they'll crawl up in your lap, right? They'll cry, and you just got to hold them again. It still is kind of good, but they also can be pretty mean, but which is amazing. But we're hoping that this summer that we can branch in for the summer program. We could branch and maybe be in Cornerstone, where it's something that's kind of more their height, their space they're familiar with, because we have them at Edgewood. So you have a little 5-year-old that's trying to climb on the chairs and the playground space at Edgewood. It's kind of tough. So we want to provide them a safe space where they can feel accepted and belonged. And so we're hoping to have summer camp at Edgewood, or at Cornerstone, which means we'll have 3 sites, which means we're growing, which is awesome. And I'm excited for that. But also means we need workers. What Zach didn't tell you is he did work with us over the summer last year. And Zach, not because he's here, this is true. The kids loved Zach. He had the 3rd graders, which I think he had one of the toughest groups. And there's a couple that just like that would just go off the deep end. But I just saw patience, maturity with Zach, and he would just kind of ask somebody else to take the kids, and he would sit with them and talk with them on their level. It was amazing. And so I think Zach has decided to come back again. I'm not doing this. Okay, you saw his head shake, so if he doesn't, right here. No, we hope that Zach will come back. We also know Zach is graduating and head off to school here, and we're excited for that. But we're very excited to have Zach a part of our staff for the summer. And so who are we? We are an organization that just desires and longs to impact and change kids' lives. Again, our vision is to give them a safe place where they can feel accepted and belong. A place where they know that they could share their heart and never be judged, no matter what comes out of their mouth. And that we're there to support them, to give them the help that they need to walk through this thing we call life, through middle school. If you can quickly, in the last 5 minutes, just think back to when you were in middle school, how hard it was. I don't think if I was in middle school or high school, I wouldn't do near as well. If you just think about all the things that are at the fingertips of our young people these days, that they're exposed to way more than I was ever exposed to growing up. And we wonder why there's anxiety when there's so much comparison. And then depression because I don't look like that person, I don't act like that person, I don't talk like that person. And my desire at the Boys and Girls Club of Wooster is to knock those walls down and say, you are great the way you are. And we want to pull things out of you that most people probably would never want to. And those things that you could be, we have doctors in the room, we have business people in the room, we have construction people, we have all kinds of lawyers. I want them to be exposed to everything. Even to being a garbage person. There's nothing wrong with that. To know that they don't have to follow in the footsteps of what other people say, but they follow in the footsteps of what their hearts say. We want to let that blossom and grow. And hopefully as a community, we can come together and do that together. Since we've started in 2014, we have served well over 2,000 kids. In our camps, we started a few years later, and we served well over 500 kids, and we're going to keep going. We are just part of the many entities and many groups that already serve kids, but we're just one of them. And we are privileged to serve the ones that we do serve. And I want to say thank you for letting me share my heart with you, share our vision and our mission of our Boys and Girls Club of Wooster, and give you a little bit of taste of who Boys and Girls Club of America is. So thank you very much.
Time for a question or two, if anybody has any questions for John.
And remember, I've only been in this role for 4 months. I don't know that much, so let's try it.
Is there a success story or two that you could share?
I would have to say that one of the success stories that comes to my mind is a young girl, and she was named her video. Her name is JC. She comes from a single parent home. Mom is dealing with some health issues. But to me, the success comes to when she shows up and hands me her gymnastics picture and invites me to go see her at gymnastics. And when she wants to talk, she'll come and see me. And I'm not sitting there saying it's about me, but it's about us building the relationships, because for 2 years I was her site director, where I engage with her on a one-on-one level. I engage with her every day. And I think the success is to see her as she's grown and felt safe to come and share some of the hard things that she's had to share with us, not just myself, but our current site director, Seth. And we've seen some maturity. There's a lot to go there, but I would say that that's one in our high school, our middle school. I think another success story is that we're going to be reaching down into the elementaries for camp. I think that's huge that we've expanded ourselves, that we can help families that have also elementary kids and not only the high school. So I think that's a huge success for us. I think another success would be we have 3 or 4 staff that have gone through the Boys and Girls Club and has decided to come back and work for us. 2 of them were our Youth of the Years. Actually, all 3 of our last 3 Youth of the Years have worked with us over the summer and during the school year. So I think that says a lot about what we do at Edgewood, that they, at the Boys and Girls Club, and the process that they come because they want to give back. And they want to feel like they're a part of making change in little kids' lives. So those would be the three off the top of my head. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Joan, for spending time with us today and talking about the important work there that you do at the Boys and Girls Club of Wooster. And thanks for showing the video. I think it always makes a difference when you can actually see the kids and hear from the kids who are being impacted.
You can also see it by just showing up at club. We'll take volunteers.
We'll take volunteers. There you go. Volunteers are needed. But John, I'm not sure when our kids were little and we were coaching, I don't know if either one of us really knew that much about soccer. It's just, they didn't have a coach, right?
Here we are,
So
yeah.
we were just, don't punch up, you know? I think that's about all we had.
Yeah, my daughter had appendix and I still made her play and ruptured during the play and she wasn't happy with me. So I was not a very good coach at all. So thank you, Terry, for that.
But, so I've known John for quite a while and I think I was definitely glad to hear when you moved your family back to Worcester. Worcester's a better place because you're a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And presenting to you today is emblem of the Rotary Club wheel with our 4-way test on the back, and it's made by the Village Network.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'll make Zach on that one, these 32 after the meeting. Quick reminder. Next week, our speaker will be Maribeth Burns, the new Executive Director for Wayne Economic Development Council, and her presentation, Do You Know What's Made in Wayne County? So have a good week, Rotarians. We stand adjourned.